farm laner, but Team Secret was just like, oh, we'll shut down even more farm laners, right? So I think they're going to try to make him uncomfortable, and look at what we've gotten. A Marco Polo ban from Influence Rage. They too have done their homework here.
It has been a thing, like the Marco Polo, when they know Boom Esports and they have prepared so much for this day to happen. It's all about respect for this Marco Polo hero for Azar. So this is a question, like we're trying to brew the answer here. Will they go for the straight ban once more? Because for Boom Esports, they've taken out the Long, they've taken out the U1. In some ways, in some series that we've seen, it's a great way to start team fights as well as sustain.
You know, I'm actually kind of curious about what this does for Azar, because once he's forced to learn so many different farm lanes, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to come out much stronger, and suddenly you have, it's not a Marco Polo problem, it's a Azar problem.
I think the experience is the best teacher, man. In all losses that we encounter in our games, in our life, losses just makes us stronger. It gives us more learnings, and I believe Azar right now, looking at our screens, has understood the situation, and yeah, he wants to go in hard. This is the Arlie.
Yeah, I mean, this is the right way to do it. You don't want to go into the second phase with Influence Rage potentially banning out other farm laners, and you need someone that can compete with the Lady soon. She has a great win rate in the group stages thus far. It's been very powerful. Influence Rage didn't pick up the combination with Ming. They decided to go a little bit different. They went back to the Dolia, which is again very meta. Yeah. But they picked up the Kaiser that kind of rounds it out with the Celestial Melody Invincible Warrior. That's going to be kind of interesting.
This setup though, like INF, they didn't ban the Ogren, right? Ogren hasn't been picked just yet, and with this Dune pick, it's still a flex. With this kind of setup, like, okay, let's just pick the Kaiser. Now, they're kind of baiting Boom to just answer with the Ogren pick.
They might have some other, some idea, some other strategy, something in mind to kind of deal with it. They think they're kind of comfortable. Is the Kaiser being in the first phase when that potentially could be flexed into? I'm not entirely sure, but I think that they're like, hey, we know Boom Esports. We do believe that Logistics will be playing the Dune. So I think that they're going to have to, you have to make some sort of assumptions as you go into the game. And I think they're doing a good job with that.
Yeah.
But looking like they're going to, Influence Rage is going to ban out the modes here to kind of limit what crowd control could potentially happen for Boom Esports.
The focus here is mainly on the Roamer as well as the Diadea. So the Elaine, they kind of forgot about it. INF complete, we got the one important picture to protect the back line of the Lady Sun. And the Elaine finally shows up once more. And this adds more space. It adds vulnerability, and it opens up defenses of INF in terms of team fights to protect this farm lane hero.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be tougher to do, especially when, Boom Esports has picked up the Elaine. He's, Mickey's going to find ways to get onto the Lady soon. So you have to have some sort of answer to that. Now, Influence Rage, it looks like they've gone with the Byron and the Princess Frost. I think you have your answers. You have more ways to kind of control it. You have the Byron who's going to be up front. Potentially, if Elaine does want to go, Byron's going to be waiting. Princess Frost also has the winner is here so that you can kind of create these zones that, hey, if you're going to dive into, then at least it's going to be damaging for you.
This is like a very open-ended backline that would really force the Byron to build defense as well. Like, this is like a very full-on trust lineup, as I always call it. This is a Dolia. Either they pair with somebody for the clash, either with a suit attack fighter, but a Byron can do so much, yes, for the damage, but against the Zhang Fei last pick, this is perfect for Boom Esports. Space answering a lot of frontline invade from that kind of composition really would set up the pace for counterattacks as well.
Yeah, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure on Impressive. I mean, trust me, he's great. He's going to set it up. He's great on the Zhang Fei. Should not have any issues, but ensuring that all the team fight go his way, and the team's way is by basically him getting off those perfect unbridled outbursts.
We will know for sure on the adjustment of Boom Esports now. Both of these teams on the brink of elimination, and this is once more a do-or-die match. It's game number 1. Let's see who's the better draft here. Early game-wise, we will know for sure on who will have a better tempo.
Yeah, it's all about pressure. Starting off strong, ensuring that the enemy team kind of, if they're down 0-1 and they're like, hey, our tournament lives are at stake, they're going to feel it, right? So it's one of those things where you kind of want to come out swinging, you want to be aggressive, and just kind of set the tone for this match.
Yeah, the tone is much more important because Lady Sun here will receive half HP damage to that peel. It really forced out Villa 01 to be in the farm lane quicker because the way of starting things in the mid lane, yeah, it grants you gold, but somehow between Azar and Impressive, they really know how to make these windows happen for them.
Yeah, and I mean, they're a great duo, and Bilal will kind of just push them away, just kind of harry them more than anything else, but Petroni will do some damage, and so you gotta need to respect that kind of going in. And again, Petroni doing a great job of just pushing out the lane, trying to get that XP lead, at least for now.
Yeah, I think the XP lead is the most important thing in both of these teams. Like, two farm lane heroes right now are really great tempo starts. As we go and check on what's happening around the map here, Azar and Petroni would really need to have a great way to start this one, because as we see new hero Mania available in 1019, you guys can also experience what the pro players are experiencing here in HOKC. Go ahead and dominate your games. Be sure to share some stars along the way, because don't make it hard for us.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't. I mean, I feel like, you know, the Mania is going to be coming out on the 19th. Every single Mania on my team will just be disastrous. Every Mania on the enemy team will be amazing, and I think I'm going to lose a lot in this point.
Okay, they wrap around. Raikou is running for his life, gets knocked up, frozen as well. I don't think they have enough damage at this point, so Boom, they have to make their way back. And at the same time, Cozy really coming in with the support as well.
They're just putting pressure across the map here. They just want to keep an eye on how the progress is going for the clashing of INF. Meanwhile, in the farm lane, we see those two push and peel right onto their farm lanes. But so far, on the better hand, the early game protection, I'm really putting my cards on Impressive here at how to protect this early. There's so much space, but below one.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think both teams are really feeling the pressure. I've not seen such passive gameplay. They are pretty afraid to take the risk right now.
I think it's more likely to respect as well too, because again, as we point out, the story of these two teams is more on the approach on how to address this do or die situation. This is a slot on the big thing in HOKC. So that's why right now they're currently respecting each other. But as we see the goal difference here, they're chasing everything in the best possible form. But for Azar, a bit of a slight advantage as well, almost hitting 2,000 here. And this is an advantage for early to spike up early.
Yeah, it's still very early in the game. I mean, 3 minutes in, but to kind of put it onto to add on to Kindoku's, you know, his comment is that, I mean, both of these teams are playing a little bit safe. You know, nobody wants to take that risk. Sometimes you're like, hey, we can look to invade, but in this case, it's all about not taking, you know, high risk, low reward type plays at this point, because you don't want to give up first blood.
Yeah, you don't want to give that open window for a hero who's like actually could be more happy to get those kills against you, because again, there's a Lady Sun and there's an Arlie combining with the best possible roamers there is, but it's going to be a test. As they go and build in items, we will see how the poking damage capability will work here between these two. But so far, yeah, we're reading as much action as you are, but both teams are here, are really taking their time to be precise as well.
Yeah, definitely be precise. Overlord Tyrants both spawning at the 4-minute mark. Looks like Raikou, though, is going to be looking to the Tyrants, starting at about half-life.
They will push them away. At this point, it's all about defensive, but it's a steal coming out from INF. So Influence Rage, they get the first blood. No, they get first blood instead. So they make a trade. One death on the side in the hands of Cozy as well. In the meantime, they want to jump on the backlines. Agistix makes it safely, and they make it out with a matter of inches at this point. Azar gets taken out by Petroni as well, and suddenly it's going to be a turnaround. Influence Rage looking like the better team in the team fight, but it's Boom who walk out 2-1.
I'm loving the position of Petroni right now. He knows that they released the outburst right away, but when the moment he knew that there was so much space across that deadly map, he knew when to put those bullets in.
Yeah, and I mean, they lost to Influence Rage, that was, but they did get the crucial theft, and they got a kill on the Azar. So all in all, kind of very close, right? Petroni, still very scary. Exactly what you were saying, OSX. And so you got to kind of respect it. You don't want to see Petroni just kind of free-faring on the outskirts of the fight. You got to be careful. You got to know where he is at all points.
Yeah, that was the one thing that you need to look out for, like the basic attacks coming from a farm lane or a marksman. Yeah, you would think that there's no continuous damage in the early game. Yeah, you're wrong. Because if you have a Dolly with you and as well as a Princess Frost, it's completely amplifying everything up, even in the early game that you don't have any items. But it sums up like a continuous group effort approach to to take down members of Boom Esports, so they need to be careful for that if they want to keep continuing this.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, look at these two teams. We knew that this was going to be a very evenly matched match going here, but Impressive is getting gone on here.
Yeah, he's gonna be safe under the tower for now, right? Takes a huge hit, but here comes the turnaround as well. Logistics, he's looking in front. Here comes a fresh Celestial Melody, double Invincible Warrior. But it's gonna be a poke. At this time, I think it's too big of a risk. Influence range, they know they are dancing on knife's edge. They will not take it.
They're just being careful. As of that kind of scenario that keeps on happening between Boom and INF, they're really kiting everybody out. There's no commitment just yet. You see the items, slowly Massive Agony present for Dragon, and this will actually hit in team fights.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to do some damage here. Raikou looking to invade, make it a little uncomfortable. Every single blue under attack.
Yeah, but the back line is definitely Sunset. Petroni is trying to run from Miggy as well. Miggy's gonna chase, but he's gonna be caught now in the middle of 4. And it looks like it was a mistake because Miggy might fall. Oh, he is so low. He's running away with a sliver of health. Here comes the backup though for Boom. They are falling low. It is gonna be a knockback. Sony looking for the damage in. It's gonna be a trade. Azar takes the kill as well. And Boom, this is a good sign for them. They double the lead. 5 kills. That's not really a double, but 5 kills to 2 for the advantage of Boom.
That was a very risky move from Petroni, man. We were commending how the space was in, but that kind of commitment right into the turret, clearly Boom wins that one.
Yeah, way too much. A little too aggressive for my taste. I mean, Miggy getting a little low here, kind of worries me. But a really good fight by Boom Esports, just because Influence Rage, just getting a little too involved, trying to make things happen, trying to go for that kill, and sometimes you're going to get punished. You were definitely over, you probably should not have been committing that much.
Yeah, almost a 600 gold lead advantage by Azar as well. Going back to that replay, you look at the position of Petroni here. Yeah, he has half HP, you have the AoE, but one thing that he was missing, he got frozen though. But the way they wanted to sandwich Petroni and just use that Zhangfei as bait, they really won the minigame there down bottom.
Yeah, but Petroni, okay, he was in a bad spot. He probably knew he wasn't gonna live, and that's why he went for Impressive. But it was one of those moments where they probably should have backed off a little bit quicker. I think the call was a little late of, hey, do we fight, do we go, what do we do? And they got caught in this no man's land, and unfortunately, they did pay the price.
Yep, Miggy going God mode here, 1 against 4. He's trying to chase into Petroni as well. Here comes the Death for Sunset. Petroni will die under the tower as well. Miggy gets the kill. Credited for that. Raikou now in the middle of 3, as Miggy says, you don't even need me. Raikou uses the Invincible Warrior to try and run away again. Here comes the stun. The beast is unleashed. Even under the tower, they're not safe. Azar may be contemplating. He jumps in as well. Will not finish the job at this point, but the damage has been done. Boom Esports take a small but firm lead.
Miggy, right on the right moment, saying that twice. Going back to the draft, we're now seeing the wonders of this lane alone, and this was the forgotten moment that INF really realized who really pushed the bans onto the farm lane or even to the roam. One thing that was missing in taking this lady son into safe distance is the lane, and Miggy knew what could be the scenario if that was really pushed to the limit.
Oh, look at the rotations coming in from Boom here. Sony once again caught alone under the T2. It looks like a free reign for the side of Boom Esports as the T2 will be taken successfully.
Yeah, completely zoned away. I mean, Boom Esports right now just like doing a good job of pushing them away, forcing them out. Miggy, I mean, sometimes he gets a little over-aggressive, but almost every single Death at Sunset has been really good this game.
It's a perfect way to prompt everybody out of INF. What's the protection here, man? Like, just for one people, you guys said it correctly. He's going God mode. He can take even 4 and just go sink in the soil, go back up. The moment you know it, everybody here from Boom Esports is saying hi to you with all these items in.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 6,000 gold net worth, and he's got a lead. He's got a 1K net worth lead over Sony. If we're talking Clash Laner. So he's doing very well. Now, my only issue right now is that he's kind of pushing it, and he's kind of going a little bit solo. You got to be a little bit careful. You got to play as a team.
Yeah, and 3 items already showing for Azar, having the blue and red buff as well. Yeah, this will deal damage.
Yeah, they're going in. Azar's looking for a target. Death at Sunset onto 4. Here comes the Beast form as well. Unbridled Outburst. Impressive gets the kill onto Petroni. They are running out of damage, and Influence Rage will be torn apart. Boom looking for more. They will be rewarded as well. 2 deaths, 3 deaths. It is all going wrong for the side of Influence Rage as Boom Esports are just so good.
They literally caged them in their own defense. Impressive, landing the perfect outburst. 3 were completely taken, and that's how the reach of Boom Esports works. You layer everything out, that's how Azar comes in. And we were talking about how the damage is showing. Yeah, he has the 3 items of TDs as an early, and they're completely shining with damage.
Doing a ton of damage. But I mean, the setup has been amazing. Mickey going in, finding Petroni, providing that vision. And if we're going to check this replay, look what happens. They're going in, the Death and Sunset, boom, slams into 4. Impressive on the backside with the Unbridled Outburst, pushing them under tower. That is nowhere to hide. Cozy gets picked off, Petroni is as well, and they kind of line him up. Bilal actually survives with the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, this is now the problem, a growing problem for INF. With the all lanes push and all lanes as well, they will really leave the base here really vulnerable. The last 3 tier turrets here, 3 turrets for INF to defend. There's no way that they would really contest an objective right now.
Yeah, no way to contest. I mean, look, Boom Esports has every single one of their towers out. They are as front forward as possible. They have that fortification. It's going to be very difficult for Influence Rage to sort of make it, make their even way to the Overlord here, especially since Impressive is providing all that vision, and he's that forward scout. So again, Boom Esports take a good neutral objective, and they have this AK lead.
Yeah, they can summon now the Shadow Vanguard, and this is the lead, 12 minutes in, 10-2. Looking at this item as well, this is a lead that you want to keep on giving in this game. Like for this kind of scenario, someone needs to be up front here. This is the challenge of the lineup of INF. Dolia can't really defend that much, but look at that, they're zoning everybody out.
Yep, it's a bit scary because Azar is just 1 item shy of being a 6 slotted. This T3 on the mid, going to be threatened at this point. It is going to be taken successfully. Boom looking for an opening. Here comes the Unbridled Outburst. They do get the stuns, not going to overcommit at this point. Dragon is falling a little bit low, but Influence Rage, they have lost too much. 2 lanes gone, and they're looking for more. The Beast will be caught in the middle of 5. But Boom, they're just too strong. They're going to just walk them back into the base. Quarantine order in your face because T3, the last lane, standing, but maybe not for long.
Yeah, Vanguard as well, ready. Oh, Death and Sunset!
Yep, it is going to be going in. He catches 1. Will get that invincible state, but it's not going to work out because Boom, they've gotten what they came for. They take everything from the base on the side of Influence Rage. It is going to be a retreat for a moment because they're looking for more. Azar goes in one-on-one. The teammate does not get the help in. It's a double kill. And Azar, you can ban whatever you want, but Boom will just take everything.
And game number 1 goes to Boom Esports. A very dominating control across the map and completely seals the game of this one.
I mean, controlling from the first minute, right? Really good game by Boom Esports. Really wanted it. This is the aggressive team that we expected from the Philippines. They were the #1 team for a reason. This is a team that really showed up, and now with their backs on the wall in a must-win situation, Boom Esports hit it in game 1. Very well played.
This is how they set the tempo.